service-based development house. And with that vision, basically, I started working towards it. Lot of the companies in India, or people who start companies, they go for more safer bets. Like they say that we'll start with service, or we'll do service for some big company in the US, or we'll do service for some bigger company. I mean, there are a lot of manufacturing companies in the non-IT space, but in IT space, there are probably like 95% of the companies that you see around, they are service companies who are doing something for someone else. And the whole idea was to, India should be seen as a product innovation country. Why can't we generate original ideas? Why can't we generate our own patents? Why can't companies like Google, Apple be formed out of India itself? So with that idea, I started off my career. I started my first company. So when I finished my 10th standard, I had a lot of free time. So I started my company during that time. And the idea was to start developing wireless mesh routers. And we also started some other projects in high performance computing space. That was my area of interest, and still pretty much is, but I'm not doing anything in that space these days. So it started off like that. We kind of came up with this technology for the mesh router, and in fact, I2IT was one of the first colleges where we deployed one of the first twister mesh routers, which were brewed up out of the local hardware that was available out here, and we had loaded some of our software that we had made on it. And I started kind of visiting I2IT as a visiting researcher that time. And, I was being guided by professors out here on some small projects that I was pursuing. And, it was a lot of self-learning, or you have to actually spend a lot of time on your own to learn things. It can be through reading books, reading articles on the internet, spending time with your computer, to code, to kind of explore new things, what's happening out there. So I used to spend most of my time. There were times when I never used to go to school or college, and I used to, actually sit in the lab and code for hours together. And that was the passion which, kind of I used to love. That kind of helped me in the future. It taught me how to do hard work. And then I was fortunate also to get an admission out here, skipping the engineering degree, which was a very rare case out here, I think. So I skipped my engineering degree. I did my master's courses from here, the MS program from here. And after that, then I got an opportunity out here itself to meet Dr. Arvind Jacobs, who was the chairman of Qualcomm. Qualcomm is a chip company in the US. They are known for their very popular technology called CDMA, which is used by Reliance and Tata as part of their cellular network. And I worked for Qualcomm for a year. And I was just 19 that time, so I thought that, my parents actually thought that it's better that I complete my education before I get into anything. So I joined in for my PhD program at University of California. And out there, I got a very different exposure. Being from India, being in India, you see things being done in a particular way. In the US, the culture is completely different. The way companies work out there is very different from the way companies work out here. Here, everybody would think of some safe idea to bet on, to build some steady revenue streams. Whereas what was happening there was people who were betting on some very crazy ideas which had a very low probability of they would even work in the market, but there were investors who were ready to put bets on it. There were type of people who were ready to risk their career by being a part of such companies. And you have seen the success of such companies in the last decades. Last 2 decades has been the decades where a lot of startups have actually become into big companies. And that's what the IT technology companies are actually capable of doing. So taking that learning, I also happen to work for a venture capital firm out there. I wanted to learn on how these companies get funded, how small companies function. And it's a personal thing that I feel that before you start your own company, you should work for one big company and one small company, because you understand how both of them function. When you work for a big company, you understand systems, you understand processes, you understand how the overall management works. And when you work in a small company, you understand responsibility. You have so many roles to play when you're working in a small company that it's a very different experience overall. And I think both these experiences are necessary to understand a business or start a business. I was working on a lot of ideas. During my pastime, I used to keep on coding things. I used to keep on working on circuits, electronics, and these kind of ideas actually, I used to keep on showing to people. I used to share these ideas with people and take their feedback. And the feedback was very important because that kind of gave an idea whether this would work in the commercial space or not. I mean, there are a lot of ideas, like all of you must be coming up with ideas, but how do you identify what would work commercially and what would not work commercially is very important in the earlier stages of the idea, to understand this fact. So, like being as part of the VC circle, I understood, the venture capital circle, I understood that, I mean, every day I used to see 20 business plans, and out of them, maybe one we used to call for a weekend presentation, and out of the probably like 200 plans presented, one company used to get funded. So even a venture capital company would actually put their money into a company where they feel confidence about. I'll be sharing some of my learnings out of all that process on how the startup culture works. So then I came back to India. I had this idea which was kind of going on in my mind in to do in something like gesture-based computing. And like, how many of you have seen the movie Minority Report or Avatar or Iron Man 2? I mean, you see all these gadgetries that are being used in this movie, you know, like the touch screens and gesture screens where you can just like grab floating objects in the air and throw them here and there and actually like use them as productivity tools more than anything else. So the idea behind Touch Magics was actually motivated by or inspired by the movie Minority Report. And I mean, in that movie, basically Tom Cruise, you know, he walks up to the screen and he's